sexy souls. All right, welcome to Weird and Woo Woo. I'm weird. We get a little woo woo. It's in the name. So, all right, let's get to going. It's coffee and tarot. We normally do this on Wednesdays, and I haven't been able to do it for a while, so we're about to dig in. This is where Spirit gets to have a message with you, and it's Spirit-led. We don't put any parameters or anything else like that on it. There's no time frames. Like, we don't come into it with any kind of intentions or demands of messages from Spirit. So it's more like a conversation, and Spirit gets to lead the way. They get to set the tone, the pace, everything. So go ahead and grab you a cup, lemon water, tea, coffee, hot toddy, whatever it is that you want. Let's settle in and see if there's a message. Now, friendly reminder, you are a sovereign being. You get to determine if, how, when, where, why any of these messages might apply. So whatever you do, don't Cinderella shit to make it fit. Okay? Okay. All right, Spirit, where are we going to go? We're going to go ahead and start with a sip. Okay, we want to go with Archangel Tarot. All right, let's do this. Alrighty. King of Cups. King of Cups. Seven of Swords. Ace of Swords. They want me to do it like this. Okay. There's more going on than meets the eye. Very, very first, there is a lot more going on than meets the eye. You are looking at a situation, circumstance, or a person, and you are seeing things at face value, which I feel like is giving you a lot of information, but it's not necessarily all there is to know. They said deep well of emotion. There's a person that is a deep well. This stands in for a person of a deep, Jesus, God Almighty. This person has a deep well of emotion, exceptionally caring, nurturing, trustworthy, compassionate, a high emotional intelligence, but they don't share their internal world with just anyone. They don't share a lot. So you wouldn't be able, there's a lot you wouldn't be able to garner. It's like, for as much as this person talks, there's so much that they don't say. And so you wouldn't be privy to, you wouldn't have, sorry guys, it's one of them gorgeous mornings where, even though it's overcast, it was still 60. I went and exercised, well, I hiked, let's put it that way. That's my exercise. And so my need for that dang sweatshirt, whew, baby. I had to take it off. I needed to breathe. Okay, open your heart and mind to those around you. It is a side they don't necessarily show or share with everyone. But something's gonna come through for you to be able to see the truth of the situation. So this is not something where I feel like somebody is hiding something from you. Like there's a part of them that they don't share. I mean, yes, there's a part of them that they don't share, but it isn't just exclusively to you. And I feel like you get an exclusive look behind the scenes. Oh, that's the title. Bitch, seriously, hold on. You get an exclusive look behind the scenes. Hold on, I write slow. Exclusive. Who else does it? Look. Behind scenes. I hope I can read that later. So whale spirit. Whale. Okay, because you're coming into some truth. You're not seeing, there's so much more going on than meets the eye. I want to say there's certain things, revisions that are going on, and I don't know if it's on your side or somebody else's side. I think that might be their side. I think it's the King of Cups. Funny thing is, I am getting, they heavily want to point out that this person may not have like a major, and I don't do like the signage really a lot. I in the grand scheme of things, I don't. But they're like, it's not necessarily their, like they don't have a major water sign up front. Like, I don't know how I want to say. I mean, they might, you know, somewhere in the chart and stuff. Like, I'm thinking of like the sun sign, or, you know, so it may not have a they just don't want me to call them a water sign. I mean, yeah, a water sign. And I wasn't going to, but apparently they wanted to make sure. So maybe somebody was thinking that, like, oh, you know, the King of Cups, that's my water. And it's like, it's not a water sign. I'm like, okay, huh? I'm like, why are you telling? Anyways, so there's that. I put it out there. Gotcha. So, yeah. All right, some truth coming through. You're going to get an exclusive behind-the-scenes look on things that most people don't have a clue about. There's so much more going on than meets the eye, and this person definitely doesn't share it, but you're going to somehow come into some knowledge, truth about something that I want to say is kept from the general world. It almost feels like maybe like it feels intimate in a way, like intimate information, which is duh. People are, I mean, some people go on the internet and share everything, and some might accuse me of. I don't. I tend to go into the bag of past stories, which I've got a lot of them because I am in my 40s. But, you know, like, there's, you know, you get to a certain age, you're like, I've got a lot of stories. Anyways, so I do that, but, like, if it's something current in my life, people are not going to necessarily know. And that's the thing, for as much as I say, there's as much or more that I don't say, or indicate. Like, this is, like, in no way, shape, or form would you necessarily, or would the general public, they keep saying general public, so maybe you pick up on a little something. But it's just not, you know, it's not in the words that they say, it's not in their actions, it's not in anything you see. If they happen to post things online, it's not there. It's like, there's no evidence of it. And it's just not, you know, so. All right, Spirit, what else? Oof, oof, oof. Like, there is a face that this person presents to the world. The Emperor is the King of Cups. And they're really honing in on, like, leadership. And so it's almost as if the face that they present to the general public is one in which the face that they present is leadership. And they're also bringing me, like, they like, don't go political with this. I was like, okay. They're jumping like, I feel like they're answering questions to other people. I gotta be honest with you, because I'm like, I wasn't, but okay. Like, they're like, so they're wanting me to say it is what they're saying. So this isn't like, this is somebody who really, for all intents and purposes, embodies all the leadership qualities. It's as if it's like some of the more intimate things, that is not the burden for others to bear or for others to hold, and so that expectation is not put on them. That's like I feel like more intimate information is reserved for safe spaces, because this person takes the role as in like, and I feel like this person, this is their role in life. Like this is how they treat their role in life, is to walk through it as a leader. And I think that's why they emphasize the heavy emotional intelligence because they have the discernment of when, where, who, in what capacity people are capable of, other people are capable of holding space for those intimate things. And then of course, where that in the realm of everything is safe for them. They don't just pour the contents of their cup out into anyone or everyone. Their trust likewise is not, while they are trustworthy, it even says here, they don't necessarily just bestow their trust immediately. Although I want to say, being a King of Cups, they do have really good instinct and they will follow that. So if this person is the one that ever confides in you, you better take that as a fucking win. And they see something in you. Like, then this is not coming from them. This is not coming. I'm the kind of person, like, if you have somebody willing who is like this, who sees you in a high enough light to share such intimate information, behind the scenes look, you better fucking take care with that. So, because shame on you if you don't. Whoever I'm reading, whoever's watching, there's a sense of objectivity that you embody. And I want to say you withhold judgment, but you stand firm in discernment. That's what they just said. You stand firm in discernment, because it's as if it's like, you see the greater picture. You see this individual holistically. You see the world and life holistically. And in that is part of what makes you a safe space for this individual. Now, they have not come right out and said that getting a behind the scenes look is coming directly from them, but like some of the things that are coming, it very well might, and I'll look for that. If it comes up, I will let you know if it's coming to it. But whatever way the information is shared, even if it's one of those things where it's like something is shared in front of you, you need to take and understand to what that means. If you get that exclusive behind the scenes look. If you just come by the information somewhere else, I think there's a spirit coming to you and going, you better take care with that information. That information is hard to come by. And it's almost like spirit's like saying, I expect you to be at your most authentic, true, transformative, transparent self. You know what I mean? Your most authentic self. And be that Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, damn. That almost came out of my mouth, so we'll explore that in a minute. But you are the Queen of Swords. The again, lack of judgment, but discernment. And so I don't know if there's like, and you're able to not get lost in the details of things and kind of pull out. And you may be able to help this person do that as well. That may be the reason why they feel safe, you know, and it doesn't feel, and I don't know why this is a thing. It's like whatever is shared with you is never used or weaponized. And I want to say that you must communicate really well. So if they are in any way giving you, it's because of your, okay, they just said wit, articulation, method of communication. I feel like somebody being able to take a thought or idea and like, that's where the transformation comes in. And it's like putting it into terms and helping one understand something where it's like digestible instead of this big, and it's like I see somebody kind of pulling the knots or the strings apart so something unravels, and it's like you're really good at pulling at the strings and helping somebody get to the core of something. They're bringing me to two things for the Ten of Pentacles. A sense of familial, a feeling of familial. So this may be a bond that gets formed where you feel like family. And here's what I'm going to say. If you are brought into the fold of information, you are family at that point. Like this person is seeing you in that light. That's like their version of open invitation. When I tell you, when they say exclusive, like this, it really is. It feels very much like, and it may not be anything big. Like, you know, just because something's exclusive, we've all seen this, interviews, exclusive, and nothing fucking comes of it. But it's because, like, you know, there's nothing like, no bombshell kind of information. Like, you are just getting access to a side, an aspect, a part of the Emperor that the general public, most people, even many friends, ever get to see. And so there's this familial feeling, like you're being brought into the fold, and then this idea that they look at you like you see the magic in everything. Like, I don't know why I want to say you bring magic to things. There's a lot more that wants to come off the Ten of Pentacles, and we are going to pull from other decks to kind of see, you know, we'll explore this in a little bit, but I want to see more in regards to this. This dynamic here. I would say when you are the King of Cups, again, you have a high emotional intelligence, but when you have few that you can share the whole of you with, emotions, and it's not that the King of Cups never can feel alone or lonely. So when finding individuals like the Queen of Swords is very important, because when you hold a lot of that in, it builds up like a dam. You know what I mean? And while the King of Cups is great at processing their emotions, that doesn't mean that they're suddenly impervious to needing support, needing help, you know, and so they need somebody outside of themselves that can kind of help them look at their emotions or something that they might be going through from all kinds of other angles that because they are so enmeshed in it. They need someone like this. A King of Cups will always need a Queen of Swords. Um, and I want to say, they equally want me to point out how Queen of Swords really needs a King of Cups in their life. A Queen of Swords trying to do this with a person that doesn't have the level of emotional intelligence that the King of Cups does will then invariably put the burden on her, as if the problem or the situation, the circumstance, the emotion is hers to work through. Can you imagine her always trying to get at the core of something, dissecting it, looking at it, understanding it for somebody else? Like, it is laborious and oppressive to be saddled with that type of emotional burden that is not yours. And there's a lot of people that will do that operate out of a Page of Cups. Here, I need you to fix this for me. Okay, thank you, I'll take it. But, you know, it's like you bear the emotional burden in all kinds of relationships. The King of Cups doesn't do that. Queen of Swords will always need the example of a King of Cups, because the King of Cups exemplifies what it looks like and feels like and how an interaction should go when someone doesn't do that. And it reminds and allows and almost gives permission to the Queen of Swords to pull and draw her sword out and cut those types of relationships off where they aren't capable of being a King of Cups. So these two really play a vital role in one another's life, whether they're together or not, romantically speaking. Okay? All right, so let's talk about there's more going on and getting to see the exclusive truth of something. An exclusive look behind the scenes. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. So that's what we want to focus on, Spirit. Where are we going to go? I'm looking at Secret Tarot, but it's almost like I also feel like, that's not it. But it is the one that's barking at me right now. So we will try it out. Six of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles talks about reciprocity. You two can play a very important role in each other's life. This is about loyalty, trustworthiness, fidelity, integrity. Thank you. That's what I was looking for. Knight of Pentacles. That's how it feels like the two of you would be with one another. You know, I'm going to tell you, this absolutely could turn into, we got the Six of Cups. It's like each other's inner child would be safe with one another. That's what I want to say. And you each feel safe sharing that very vulnerable. I'm just going to say it. Some of you, it is absolutely a romantic partnership, but there's also like a true blue friendship. A very long-lasting bond that's probably about to be formed. I can definitely feel that. So there's some of you where it's like, and King of Cups can be a feminine, a masculine, or whatever. You know, it's not gender specific, is what we want to say. Yeah. So the quintessential friendship that's like family is about to be formed for some. And I can feel that. So, you know, for those who are like, romance, I mean, I'm feeling both. And it's like there may be somebody that wants to dismiss this, like, I don't, you know, I'm not, don't dismiss it too quickly, because Spirit really wants me to point out right now, this is a major friendship for some. I'm trying to hone in on the, yeah, this is, they want to share, you know, it's time to have somebody like this in your life, is what I want to say. There has been things that this King of Cups, and I want to say, these roles could be interchangeable. There's times where you're the King of Cups, and they are the Queen of Swords. But they need someone in their corner that can do this. And when I tell you, I want to say that as bold, because we think of the Emperor not as soft, not as vulnerable, not as, I mean, the Emperor has a very heavy presence and, or I'll say a big, massive presence, you know what I mean? Where almost armored to a certain degree, like you think that they're untouchable. And it may be because of the, again, how they are presented in the general public, how they present, you know, in day-to-day life, because the way that they hold and carry themselves, and they are exceptionally sensitive and compassionate, and in fact, that well within them drives how they operate as an emperor. It really does. This isn't somebody who is abrasive, aggressive, unless, say, in a situation where it is beyond warranted. You know what I mean? This wouldn't be somebody who just goes off half cock. That's not a King of Cups. King of Cups has, they keep changing words up on me, and I'm like, I get it. Like, it's not control, but they wield their emotions. Their emotions don't wield them. But in the instances, and I think that the King of Cups tends to go into hermit mode, and vice versa when these roles are switched. Both of them can do this. The King of Cups goes into hermit mode in order to prevent that when necessary, when something becomes so great within them, when something becomes too much to deal with. Everybody, there's nobody that's impervious to this, needs that person in their corner, or someone that they shared that type of connection with. Even the strongest of the strong of emperors, when emotions can become over-consuming. Now, I feel like this person definitely takes care to make sure that this does not, if they ever seem, because you know, like, man, I'm seeing, they're giving me so much, and I'm just watching it play out in my head, and I'm trying to talk at the same time. So I'm gonna put it on pause so I don't sound so stupid. You know, in today's society, people talk about women being too emotional to do X, Y, and Z, when toxic masculine men or toxic masculine people, because I've seen some toxic masculinity in women that I'm like, fuck, they can't control or contain it. If they feel something and becomes big, everybody wears it. Everybody reaps the consequences of it. And they are impulsive and erratic and aggressive and dramatic. And like, when I tell you, it's just like everybody bears the responsibility when they cannot manage their own emotions. This individual would go into hermit mode in order to avoid that. So if they ever lash out, it is 100% conscious, mindful, purposeful, intentional. And they believe warranted. So, yeah. But they can still get to places of the Ten of Wands where what they are going through, or what comes up within them, is more of a burden than they should manage alone. And I feel like this King of Cups has been managing something and has had its... This is why they need the Queen of Swords, because their mind is here. It's become too heavy for them, and they want to share this, but they don't just share. They're not going to just share it with anybody. And so the Nine of Swords, yeah, and I mean they've tried to work through it. They're trying to process it, but it's like their mind is locked up about it. Like they can't make heads or tails of it. The emotion is just big. There's something big going on in their life. To others may seem not insignificant, but like, why does that feel as big as it does to, you know what I mean? And it could be other people, their view of this person skews their ability to see anything being as major for this individual. And again, you've got also those lurking, waiting to use something like that. Oh, thought you was the emperor. Look at you, ain't not, you know what I mean? Waiting to use that against them. And, you know, so this is the reason why there is something going on behind the scenes. Another two cards. Ace of Cups and the Sun. Now, for some, what I'm getting, I'm feeling like the King of Cups has gone through something. It feels as if something was hidden from the light and not shared. A very big emotional event. And I want to say it's funny that nobody saw them cracking because they've got to be in a position where a lot of people just know what's going on in their life, or like they're pretty visible. Like this is generally in life is not hermited away. They may have a job where they're constantly going to an office and they're showing up here at this friend's whatever, and they're doing the, for family. And it's like, they must have connections and interactions and networks and things that keep them where they are visible, and nothing came through. Like the mask never, there's a lot of people that just don't have a fucking clue. Now there may be a few, let's put it this way, that are aware, but this individual still doesn't seem to confide in others about this thing. So I just feel like something's really been well hidden behind the scenes. And it feels as if it's a very big emotional event. Now this could be it's a loss of some kind for sure. And I think it's a loss of a person. And as a result, the loss of the person, this could be family, this could be an ex. They may have gone through something that others are just not, it could have been a divorce. And there's been plenty of people in the spotlight. And I'm going to use low-hanging fruit, like celebrities, where they finally get a divorce when both parties have already been separated for, I've seen them like a year, like, oh, we've been in separation for this. And so the divorce is just like, poof, it is done. And that's when it finally comes out. You know what I mean? Or vice versa, where people have been in relationships, right? For years, and it just comes out. There was somebody the other day, I was like, they had been married for like, was it Taye Diggs? I don't fucking know. One of, like, for, who was it? Jesus. There was one of, I don't remember his fucking name, and I feel like I'm just throwing out a random name. I see his face. And, like, has been married for, and nobody fucking knew. Nobody. So it's like, people just don't know what's going on behind the scenes. And they're giving me that because it feels as if, like, with the Ace of Cups, there is a desire for love. almost as if it may, for some, it may be news when this person decides to start dating again, that they're even on the fucking market. And this feels pretty big for them to want to venture back out, because Ace of Cups is really feeling like there's two stories to these two cards. The first one is there's something big that has gone on, and that's been under the radar, behind the scenes. No one really knows. And again, they've not let on with their public persona, like what they're the persona that they're facing to the world, and nothing. There's been no cracks in that whatsoever, and so no one would have known. But they're gonna know now, because there's a desire for love. And the sun is giving me, the time is very favorable. So this individual may, again, whether it's friendship or whatever else, I feel like there is a desire and a pursuit of love. Now, for some, it may be that it's not that they're on the heels of healing through something or coming fresh off of something. And they want me to be really careful with the fresh, because it feels like this person has done a lot of work. But we all know that there's a lot like to heal and to move through the emotions. But there's only so much you can do on your own, especially when you're talking about partnerships with others, because there's healing and then there's the embodiment process. And it's the part where we get to walk the talk of everything that we just went through. And so they've done as much as they can on their own, and they're ready for love, is what it feels like. They're ready for sunshine. They're ready for happiness and joy. They're ready to share with someone. And so again, there's a King of Cups that has gone through something, and I feel like the Queen of Swords is going to get privy to it. Because this person is ready to step out. Now, as a friend, it doesn't seem like, it feels funny, because it's like, I feel like there's an awareness of this person, but there may not have been an existing strong bond already, or even a minimum friendship bond, but it's about to develop. It is about to develop. And you being there for this person during this time creates such a solidified friendship and bond, a familial connection. Like, this is lifelong. Lifelong. You both get to do this for one another. If this is in a romantic sense, I feel like somebody's getting approached, and you're going to know stuff that other people don't know, because you'll be taken aback by this individual who you may not have known was on the market whatsoever. And you're supposed to take care with that. Again, I'm not necessarily getting celebrity vibes off of the people I'm reading for, but I'm using the low-hanging fruit that if you were approached by somebody who is very public-facing, and you find out they've just been through something monumental, what an immense betrayal of trust to run your fucking mouth. And this is even true for a friendship, right? Like, just how shitty that somebody, and again, this person is doing this on instinct with you. That is a very vulnerable thing. When they don't, like, you need to recognize what this means. And not that this person should be on a pedestal or anything, but the level of trust someone is placing in you to divulge this, for this to be shared. And if they're approaching you because they want to take you out, because they are interested in you, because they're ready to embark again, and they see you as the individual who not chastise them, they really trust you. You wouldn't hold against them anything that they've been in the past, or if they didn't want to share this information with anybody else. Generally speaking, you wouldn't. And I think that the emphasis on Spirit pointing out it's almost like their spirit team or higher self wants you to understand how massive of a step this is, and how this is where your bond can be created. Like, this is where an intimate connection is going to be formed. You are deserving of this type of trust, but it's more like, do you realize? Because it says something about you. It says a lot about you. And you should trust the fact that this person is trusting you. You know what I mean? Like, don't go, why are they telling me? Like, why me? Or what? Because this is why. And for those where like you're somebody's interested in you, and it's not, let me just say, there's also this third scenario where it's like, it is a romantic situation. And they are not coming off the cuff of, or there's no hidden anything in regards to a past romance. It's not, there's no like past love that they're coming off of. It's just life that has been doing this. And you're gonna learn, they are gonna trust you. And I feel like the bond that they form with you will be the mental one. Like, you're going to be able to see them. And I think that's also the thing about, see how she's looking at this? You're going to get an exclusive look. See how but you're going to be able to see them through the bullshit, through the whatever, any personas that might be out there. You are capable of moving beyond this facade of the emperor, into the territory of, this is the King of Cups. Deserving of affection, deserving of love, deserving of support, deserving of a safe space. You see beyond. You don't hold them to specific roles or stereotypes or paradigms. You help them unravel things. Like, there is a massive mental connection. It's what you're capable of mentally, and through your communication, what you're able to articulate with them. Like this, there's an immense self-discovery that happens. That is like the safety bedrock, I'm gonna say, of any love that is meant to bloom. And it's like holding, see it for the precious thing that it is, and enjoy it yourself, exploring, communicating, delving into, opening up. I feel like this is, when I kept saying these two are meant to be in each other's life, they need one another, and that you each do this, and you both can be this to each other, because this is a very victorious love. The Ace of Cups generally talks about self-love, but honestly, it feels like that's the King of Cups cup being shown to you. It's like, my heart is, this is my heart. This is my most vulnerable self. Here's all the other things that nobody else gets to see. I want to share this with you. And Spirit is telling you, take care with what is shared with you. Take care in the sense of honoring this person's boundaries, honoring their wishes, honoring the reason that they are sharing this with you, and they will do the same fucking thing for you. Honor what this means, the sanctity and sacredness of this, the start of this bond, the reason they approach you. Honor your capacity to do this. It is exceptionally beautiful. And with the sun being a yes, it's like, take this. I just feel when this person extends this and does this, there is a slight pain in my chest of your heart cracking open that much more. It's like a deeper level. But you have the capacity for this, and so do they. And I feel like it opens you up further. Like they're able to get in deeper. And that's why they really want to emphasize the honoring this, seeing it as a gift, seeing it as the precious thing that it is. And that's where Ten of Pentacles, finding the magic in life. This will feel very, very magical. It's definitely soul connection, but people can have soul connections and be so wrapped up in life of this existence that it gets in the way. This is something where I feel like everything's just very much in alignment. Nine of Cups. Oof. I think I just saw a Ten of Cups too. I saw a card like it opened up and definitely angelic guidance to bring this together. You see all these cups right here. I always talk about it with this particular Eight of Cups. There's been a lot that has been walked away from the past. There's been a lot in the past. There's a lot of history here. For each individual that brought you to these places of being able to be the King of Cups and the Queen of Swords. And for whatever reason, like all these past experiences interwove to this moment where the two of you could be this for one another. Again, they want to bring me back to there's a friendship. And again, you know, I can feel a heavy love partnership type of vibe. And maybe this is a sense that that's what they're trying to say, is there's definitely those where it's just and only a friendship, but they keep emphasizing the friendship, and that may be because this isn't just a romantic partnership. This is a deep soul connection. This is this lifelong friends at the very crux of this connection. They're my lover, they're my life partner, but they're my very best fucking friend. But there was all this, the two of you all, and it looks like so many potential moments where you all could come together, but you weren't necessarily in this space. So you weren't always 100% the Queen of Swords. Or maybe you were the Queen of Swords, but you weren't always able to be the Queen of Swords for everybody. Like there may have been life circumstances, situations, connections that would prevent you from embodying that aspect of yourself truthfully, honestly, fully, right? And so until that moment, where these two cups could come together. So there's a lot that you all left behind in the past. Missed opportunities. I just feel like paths have somehow crossed, yet you haven't met until now. So now's the time to meet. And there is this, you see the alchemy. Again, we got the two streams, and the idea between the beakers is, it's like this is going to be a soulmate. For those where this is a friend, this is a soulmate where you're like, yeah, my best friend's my soulmate. And you may have been craving this best friend for your entire life. And then for others, where it's the romance and the best friend, right? Where it's the combination of the two. It's the two of you. It's the alchemy between the two. Like, she's just pouring it back and forth. And I feel like the angel has brought you together because you're meant to become one. Not in the twin flame sense of things. I don't really subscribe to that, or some of the aspects of that right there. But more so, again, lifelong. Like, this person is going to have a permanent place in your life. And it's taken a lot of a little bit this, a lot of precision, a lot of work. That's why there's so much in the past where it didn't, but now it does. And it's a lot of work I want to say that there's a guide, or a couple of guides, like angels, that have been working to bring you all to this place for you to come together. And yes, for those who aren't aware, you know, we always like to romanticize this idea, a notion that that's done for romantic partners, you know what I mean, for lovers, but not for just general soulmates. It absolutely is. It absolutely occurs. But there is a heavy presence of romantic partners. We do, and it was always meant to come to this, High Priestess. See, you've had some etheric help. But each autonomous, I get autonomy with the Nine of Pentacles. Each had to come into their own before this coming together. And again, in the Seven of Cups, who is this person? Like, I feel as if there has been a longing on both individuals' part for someone like this to come into their life. And you got all these cups. And you see how she's finding the two. These are the two. Same as these are the two. You know, you two are being brought together. But you've been on the hunt and the search for quite some time. You have felt the draw to somebody. And there may have been a lot of confusion. But who? But who? A lot of stories you told yourself. And people you may have invested in that were not it. There's, there may be past lives. Well, there is. They said there is. Well, thank you for correcting me, spirit. There is definitely your inner children, your inner kids know each other so well. And there is definitely past life connections with this individual. Oh, wow. They come to you because you are so capable as the Queen of Swords, but you're really the Queen of Cups. your loving, nurturing heart. You are a match for them. Fucking Emperor. This Emperor's been waiting. This Emperor's been waiting. They just said this Emperor has been waiting to be more than just the Emperor. Again, it is too much a part of them. They are a leader, naturally. And it doesn't matter what the fuck you put them in, what they're doing. They live their life as an exemplary leader. And so therefore, but they have been lonely. And maybe at times wondered and felt, why do I feel like I'm the only one that lives this way? And why is this the only expectation people have of me? And the only way in which they see me? And when can I be more than just the Emperor? And again, this person has had past connections with people. They've attempted this before, but it's never been this. It's never been the King of Cups, Queen of Cups. It's never been the right match. They haven't gotten to that place, that really deep place in their heart with someone. They haven't had that soul, and again, love, absolutely. Friendships, yes, but things seem to fall apart, dissipate. You know, they know I just feel like you both know that there's someone there that you will have the longevity with, that will be in your corner forever. And they have been waiting. And Two of Pentacles is finding that and then letting that become the priority. So you are about to become a priority to somebody. A major priority. Anything else? Well, is there any timing or anything? I know that we don't usually come to this with timing, but now that you've brought all this up, we want to know. So we've got questions. Something's about to start really soon. And I say that because the Page of Pentacles is like the initiation of within your material world, your reality. It is in transition. It is in the process, because the Six of Swords is a process. It is the alchemy card. It is a process. It is the beginning of this, and the initiation into your life of this connection is currently in progress. And this is going to satiate that longing each of you have had. You knew this person was there. And it's just about to come together. Everything's going to be very, very clear. It's all going to make sense as it's happening. Again, they're coming back to the fact that you're the Queen of Swords in this moment when they come to you, when they share. And it's like, they want you to see the truth of it. They want you to know how special this is. And you two will be each other's balance. Because again, I keep saying you get to be this for one another. But this is things coming into alignment. You two are very much in alignment with each other. These two cups will finally get to meet. You'll find one another now. And you help bring balance to one another's lives. It's like, I just want that person in my corner. It would make walking whatever path and whatever comes my way in my path more worth it. I feel more just I just feel more emboldened to conquer this path. I'm going to leave it there. This is it's a very magical reading. And it's amazing. I really am like, yep. All right. I'm going to leave it there. I hope this message finds whoever it is meant for. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you again at the next read.